Welcome back to another episode of The Last Leg. This is episode 3. We made it. The boys are cooking. Bro, I love you guys. Thank you for tapping in. The best. I love you guys. I want to see you guys every week, bro.
Every week, join us on stream too. Don't forget.
Every week, bro.
Guys, don't forget to follow us at MBH Bets on Instagram and TikTok. We're absolutely blowing up. You guys got to be there. Subscribe to MBH Bets on YouTube where you can watch this, obviously.
Bang.
And for all the audio listeners, follow us on Spotify at The Last Leg. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, por favor. And then finally, guys, the challenge died. It is what it is. But we're still alive. We're still here. We're going to be crushing more plays for you guys. Okay, international break is done. And now the club soccer is back, all right? Let's get into it, Anthony.
Well, don't forget the Telegram, guys. First and foremost, join the Telegram. The link is in the description. The link is in the bio on MBH Bets. Boom. We have 1,500, almost 1,600 D-gens in there with us, cooking plays up. Join the Telegram. But with that being said, let's get into it. First and foremost, bro, we did good last week, eh?
We did really good.
We did really good last week. Guys, I put a 10-leg parlay out. I hit 7 of 10, okay? 70%, bro.
It's better than most cappers.
Not too freaking bad, brother.
And then my safe guy parlay actually hit. It wasn't that safe because it took the last leg to literally hit in the 95th minute. But it hit. 4x. What was it? Yeah, 4x on a 4-leg.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
We're
guys.
100% on that one.
Let's go.
It was, but you know what's funny? I want to make a statement.
Make a statement.
I don't know why. It's weird. There's so many haters in the comments. Like, you guys like want us to lose, which is the weirdest thing. Cause it's like, bro, do you work for the sports book?
They don't want to see us win.
I don't get it. Like, you're like, cause just cause you suck at betting, then like you hate on guys who are doing well. Like, I don't understand. You like, bro, you getting paid by the sports book, bro? Go put bot comments and like, anyways, fucking weirdos. That's how I know you don't win bets.
Hold on. After the first day of your parlay,
yeah.
If you put $100, your cash out was $1,000. That's a 10x right there. You could have cashed out and been laughing.
Yeah, I put $100 for it was like just over 10K, and I had $1,000 cash out because I went 6 for 10 in the first day.
In the first day,
yeah,
which is insane.
Yeah, but then the rest didn't go too well. But anyways, with that being said, let's get into our couple topics we got here. First and foremost, Cape Verde has qualified for the World Cup. They are the second smallest nation after Iceland. I believe they have just over 500,000 people that have qualified. And guess who hasn't qualified? Italy. How does Cape Verde qualify and Italy hasn't qualified yet? What alternate universe are we living in today? This might be the third World Cup we don't see Italy, but you will see Cape Verde in North America in 2026.
You'll see Cape Verde, the Portuguese colony, former Portuguese colony, island nation, tiny little nation made up of like 3-4 islands in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Guys, that whole team plays basically in the Portuguese second division, and they've qualified for the World Cup before Italy, which is insane. Now, again, it's Africa. There's way more teams, way less quality. They're probably in a favorable group, but nonetheless, they made it. Watch them as a dark horse, potentially. Nah, I'm lying.
But let's talk about that for a second.
Go.
Obviously, look, they've made it fair and square. Like, I'm not gonna, debate that point. But do you think it's a disservice to the tournament and a disservice to the fans of the tournament to see nations like Cape Verde in the tournament and nations like Italy, not there for the last 2 years and potentially not there this year?
Well, it's because in Europe, you obviously have way better quality teams to go up against to qualify, right? The only thing I'm concerned about is Cape Verde going to be able to field enough fans to even come and watch their games and fill those stadiums? Because in the Club World Cup, we saw a lot of like teams out of Africa and like Asia didn't really have that support, and there was pretty empty stadiums there. So I want to see a packed house.
Yeah, listen, if I had to make a guess, I don't think they're going to pack out stadiums.
No.
Obviously for the games where, in the group stage, if they get put together, grouped with some big squads, obviously you'll see packed stadiums from the other side. But look, I mean, at the end of the day, I can be sour about Italy all day.
Look, they're still alive.
No, listen, whatever. We'll move that to the side. I can be sour about their last 2 outings in the World Cup that they weren't there.
Didn't make it yet.
I know, but I'm already, getting myself prepared. Okay,
I'm already nervous.
But I can move that aside, and obviously, you can be happy for a nation like that. Like, I remember seeing Canada for the first time in my lifetime in the World Cup, last World Cup in Qatar. And it was the coolest thing. Like, obviously, I'm an Italy supporter. That's where my roots are. But, I was born in Canada. And so seeing them there as my home country, that was sick, man. Like, I was their first game up against Belgium. Like, I was proud, bro. Like, I'm obviously, dude, I'm so proud when Italy plays and I'm so tapped in, but I do have to admit that there was something different.
Yeah, like
I don't know if you felt that with yourself in Portugal and in Canada.
No, Portugal I've seen like since I was a kid, so I'm numb to it. But seeing Canada as an adult, where you're more emotional and you're more like cognizant to the context of what's happening, dude. When that national anthem played for the first time, I was crying like Kamal Miller. I was singing it. I was actually with our buddy Jay at a watch along, and it was honestly amazing. I don't know why Alphonso Davies decided to take that penalty. It should have been Jonathan David. But it is what it is. They played great. They didn't get any points. And it was a good experience because the core of that team will be there for the next World Cup, which we've already qualified for.
So having that feeling, right? And then you bring it back to like, you know, the fans of Cape Verde and what they're going to get to experience. Like I have a lot of respect for that. I'm happy for them. But, you know, and also, by the way, just a side note, it was sick to see Canada there as well for the first time. Because like, dude, there was players on that team that we've played against.
Yeah, we've played against. We've played against in high school competitions and our club competitions.
Which was
seeing them be there, like, wow, I should have been there.
Okay, listen, I wasn't doing those ones. I knew I shouldn't have been there, but hey, like it is what it is. All right, anyways, moving on to the next topic. Bro, we got to ask the big question.
Ooh, okay,
I want you to make your statement. We got to ask
guys, I got to make a statement, okay? I wore this jersey on the first episode of this podcast. Benfica is the biggest club in Portugal of all time. I don't care what nobody says, okay? They're the biggest, the baddest, and the best. That's it. That's all that needs to be said. No Porto, no Sporting, no Braga. Like, it's just Benfica SLB. Okay?
You think so?
I know so.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. Okay. They have the most league titles.
Of course.
So we know that. Fine. They obviously... I think I was just in Portugal. I think if you go around they have the biggest fan base in Portugal.
In Portugal and outside of Portugal.
But let's speak to in Portugal. Biggest fan base in Portugal. And something to consider with that too is, you know, I feel like they're the biggest brand, right? Like from teams, and they're in the capital, which is also huge. I know Sporting is as well. But then, you know, I've seen the arguments from other sides. Porto having the most success in European competitions in recent years is huge. Some people would say that their fan base is more hardcore than the Benfiquistas. Okay. And I think in recent years we could say, well, they also did they did the quadruple?
Porto?
Yeah.
Recently, yeah.
You know, they did the quadruple, which I don't think Benfica has ever done.
No, but Benfica also has the most paying members of any club in the world.
Okay.
So you know we have a hardcore fan base as well.
Fair. So, you know, and then if you go to Sporting, which guys, by the way, don't hate on me. I know I'm not arguing for you guys in the best way, but I'm going to bring my points. If you look at Sporting, I think their biggest asset and then assets is they birthed Ronaldo, number one. So they birthed the biggest soccer player brand-wise and player-wise in the world. But they're also known for their academy, which, you know, I don't think Benfica or Porto not that they don't have, but at the level that Sporting does.
Sporting's pretty much started that whole trend of getting crazy academy players because look, Quaresma came out of there, Pepe came out of there, Ronaldo came out of there, Nani came out of there. Like they are known for that academy and birthing amazing players and then shipping them off. Benfica adopted that after invested into their training grounds, and now they're the team with the best academy players, pure skeefing teams all across Europe for hundreds of millions. And their scouting network is pretty good. We bring in guys from South America and the Baltic region. We train them in the B team, in the academy. Then we sell them off for hundreds of millions. So Benfica's crushing it.
Look, I'll say this. If you want to say the biggest club in Portugal, is Benfica, by trophy count, that's them. If you want to say the biggest club in Portugal is Porto, you're going to argue that they've had the most success in Europe and internationally. And then if you want to frame that Sporting is the biggest club, you're going to say that because of their youth development program. So that's, I think, the three sort of tiers that each of those clubs sort of wins at, right? Because I mean, look, if you're going to look at trophies, total trophies, domestic and international, Benfica has 84, Porto has 79, and Sporting has 55. And then I want to make a statement for the Sporting fans. Guys, not for nothing. You guys just started winning again after 20 years. So you can't come into this conversation trying to be like, bro, we're the biggest. Yes, you birthed Ronaldo. Yes, you have an amazing youth development program. But for me, that knocks them out. Okay. So then you're going to go head to head with Benfica and Porto. Now, you know, I want to say it's Benfica overall because the most trophies domestically. But I will say that in my opinion, international and European trophies matter more to me. And because look, I'm an AC Milan fan and everyone's going to say Juventus is the biggest fan the biggest club. Juventus is the biggest club in Italy. But AC Milan has, 7 Champions Leagues. And I've had many debates with many Juventus fans where I said, how many Serie A titles would you give away to see a Champions League? And they're like, bro, I'd give away 4, 5, 6 of them. And so if you start doing the math, realistically, you're saying UCLs are more valuable than the club trophies. And at that point, then yes, that makes AC Milan the biggest club in Italy. So I can understand the argument from the Portistas that they're the bigger club because on a European stage, they've done more.
That's fair. That's fine. But Benfica is still the best to me. I don't care what you say.
All right. So for you, okay. So give us your ranking. What's your ranking?
I would say
of those top 3.
Yeah, Benfica first, Porto second, and Sporting third. It's easy.
Okay. And
but Sporting is doing really well now that they got their shit together. So don't be surprised if they start, battling for that second spot. Porto's still up there. They still edge them up by a lot, but give Sporting another 20 years, they should probably get near there.
Although I'm Benfiquista at heart, and you guys might not like this, I'm gonna go Porto number 1, Benfica number 2, and Sporting number 3.
Here we go.
It is what it
is. Just based off of European. And
it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Whatever. Let's keep it moving.
Okay, let's keep it rolling. Last topic.
You guys gonna get me cheesed on the pod right now.
Bro, don't get cheesed already, bro. We just started.
Don't get me cheesed, bro. Benfica's my team.
Okay. Here's the last one. Because you're putting the bet in, so maybe you should give me this last one.
So guys, listen up, okay? The dark horse of the World Cup is my buddy Erling Haaland and the Norwegian team, because they've actually been crushing it in their qualification. They haven't lost a game. They've been destroying teams with like 4+ goals. Haaland's the best striker in the world, is he not? He's got the support cast of Martin Odegaard, Oscar Bob, Antonio Nusa. The team is flying. And at 50x odds, I'm going to put $100 on them to win the World Cup. But once they reach the knockout rounds, quarterfinals probably, I'm cashing that out. Cashing that out for probably like 10x probably. That's easy money for me, guys. Easy money for you if you tail. So take them now, because the odds are going to drop as we get closer to the World Cup and as they confirm their qualification.
I believe they're actually on the book that we just looked at 12th.
12th favorite?
To favorite, which is insane. And I hate Norway because they're in Italy's group and they made easy work of Italy 3-0. That speaks more about Italy than Norway, in my opinion. But I don't think that's a bad shout at all. I don't think that that's a play that you're going to ride till the end. I mean, You know what? You may play it by ear, bro. Maybe they're going crazy and they get favorable matchups into the quarters and semis if they get there. But I definitely think that's a play that you lock in now at 50x. Whatever you feel is good with your bankroll, 100, 200, 500. And if they can make it out, you're going to see that cash out start to rise. And then it's an easy way to make some bands on them for sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but because this is a bigger format, is there now a round of 32, then a round of 16,
yes,
and then quarters?
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
so I'm banking that they make it to the quarterfinals, which is basically 2 knockout rounds before. And that's what I'm going to cash out, because then that's when the competition is going to get really spicy. And I don't know if they're going to last against the bigger powerhouses of the tournament.
We're going to clip that. And, bro, I hope you make some money on that, bro. Let's go. All right, fellas, before we lock in our plays for the weekend and give you guys all the locks, I got to shout out our family, our partners at Mint Inc., the real MVPs of the hobby game, okay? Whether you like TCG, whether you like sports cards, you're looking for collectibles, they are the place to go, the biggest in Canada, and they're coming for the global players. Mint Inc., baby.
You can shop online, or better yet, you can go to their store in Vaughan. You guys can talk collectibles, you can talk sports, you can talk TCG, you can even talk SpongeBob if you want. Listen, they're the best in the game. I go there. I bought this card from them, actually, this Ronaldo patch. And guys, use the link in our description. Use code MBH5 to get a nice little bonus and a discount from them. They're the best in the game. Don't sleep on Mint Inc. They even got sick merch.
Proper merch. Guys, big thanks to our family at Mint Inc. for keeping the hobby hot and alive, and here to back the boys on the last leg.
Let's go.
Let's give you guys the plays. Let's go. Guys, it's time for the action. It's time to get into the games that we like for this weekend and what we're betting on and what we're putting the money down on. We are slamming the books this weekend. We had a weird international break. We are making our money back and some. Let's get into the first game. We're going to start with the EPL, guys. Forest versus Chelsea. Saturday, October 18th, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. Whew. I mean, look, Forest down bad right now.
Real bad.
Really bad. Hired a new coach. Hasn't gotten them even a point, which is insane to say.
They won the first game of the season and they've gone on to lose 4 and draw 2 games.
Insane, obviously. Now, this game, I don't know. I'm also not a big fan of Chelsea. I said Chelsea were frauds this season, and I'm sticking to that. I'm not gonna deny what I said earlier. I still feel that way. Top 4 for Chelsea might be really tough this season, with City making their move back into the top 4 and looking good again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to take Chelsea money line because I'm scared this could easily be a tie. At the end of the day, you have to remember, I think what people forget is when teams are on such a horrible run of form, they are due eventually for points, for a result at some point. I think this might be the game where Forest gets some sort of result. Not saying it's going to be a win, could be a tie. So if I'm going to bet anything here, I'm going to bet Chelsea, draw, no bet. So if they win, you're getting a little bit lower odds than you would get if you took them straight up money line. But if they do draw, it's a push. They void the bet. Nothing happens. It's as if you never put the money down. So that's my play for this bet.
Yeah, when I see Chelsea at 1.93 odds, almost a 2x, I'm taking that all day, especially against a bad Forest team. I understand that Forest are due for a result, a draw, potentially a win, but Chelsea at these odds, you got to take. Yeah, they have a lot of center back issues. Last game, I think both of them got injured, but they're coming off a 2-1 win against Liverpool. And I think they can get the job done here at these odds. This is great value to me. So I'm taking Chelsea money line.
Yeah, it's fair. It's a fair statement. Okay, we'll keep it moving. Next game, Manchester City versus Everton. I love City here. I know the odds are maybe just over 1.4 depending on your book. But Man City at home to Everton. Dude, Holland is on absolute fire, scoring hat tricks for his nation. He's putting at least one away every single game for City. Like I said, I'm not a big City fan of as a whole, but hey, when we're talking about betting, that's a team where I feel like they just know how to get the job done. They have screwed us in the past. Every team has. But if I'm putting my money on anybody, City's one of those teams that I feel very comfortable putting my money down on. Yeah, there's a little bit of the rivalry. Grealish had left City, went back to Everton. So he's going to definitely be looking to play a really, really big game there, to kind of just say, fuck you for letting me go, not giving me the chance.
Jeez.
No, he will. I see that. But yeah, I'm going to go City here, money line. I don't really think there's anything else to say. And if you feel really good about them and you really like this game because they're at home, I might take them on the Asian line -1.5. I don't think that's a bad shout either.
Okay. Yeah, so I like City money line too. I don't think it's going to be an easy game for them at all. Everton has been really good. And of course, Grealish are going to try to show them what's good because they did get rid of him. But City money line at 1.44 odds, I'm taking that as well. It's not going to be an easy game by no means. That's why I'm just kind of scared to take the -1.5 Asian line or even the -1 Asian line. City money line, that's it. That's it for me. 1.44 odds, lock it in.
All right, we'll keep the show going. Fulham versus Arsenal. Yeah, I'm going to go straight into it. Fulham, just not that team at the end of the day. Arsenal, I don't know, would you call them in form? Would you say they're in form?
They're first place.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
we'll give them in form. I don't know. They're weird because the EPL has been kind of a little shaky.
It's weird because they've been begging for a striker, for a true number 9 for the last 5 years. They finally got one, but he's been not in form. Gyökeres has been flopping realistically for them, but they're still getting the results. So
yeah, and that's the type of team that wins leagues, is finding a way to win no matter what. And I think Arsenal is doing that really well this season. So that's why I'm scared to say in form because I don't think they're destroying teams by any means, but at the end of the day, they're getting the job done. So I'll give them that. Give me Arsenal money line. I think the odds are 1.55, 1.6, depending on your book.
Mm-hmm.
I like that all day. Yes, they're away. Fulham is a stinker team this year. Arsenal.
Fulham's a feisty team at home. They make it annoying for the bigger clubs for sure. But Arsenal at home, they'll find a way. Even if it's a late sweat, they're gonna get it done at 1.5 odds. You gotta lock that in because normally I think this should be a 1.3 to be honest. And at 1.5, you're getting decent value there.
Well, they're away. That's why.
They're away. Yeah, I understand. And they have I think Champions League is happening the next week.
It is.
So they might rest some players, but
Arsenal. But at the end of the day, bro, their subs are the ones that I see getting the job done. They're subbing in Martinelli in the 70th minute. He's the one putting the goals in.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Arsenal usually does well the first half of the season up until Christmas. And then after Christmas is when they usually flop. So ride them now while they're hot. I'm taking Arsenal money line.
Yeah, same here. Okay, we keep it moving. Big match. Well, Big matchup here based off the names of the clubs, not necessarily the performances of the clubs. Liverpool versus Manchester United. Liverpool at home coming off of 3 straight losses. Insane. I'll put it like that. Not anything that I ever thought I'd see with this Liverpool team. 3 losses in a row with the firepower that they have based off of all their signings. But on the flip side, Man U, fine. They got a dub against Sunderland last week at home. I'm not giving them any credit for that. That should be a no-brainer. I think, like the Forge in Canada could get that job done too. So I'm not giving them no love on that win at all. And they're going away to Merseyside. So, I mean, dude, give me Liverpool money line here all day. I think the odds are 1.6, 1.65, depending on your book. Yeah, dude, they got to wake up. They're not going 4 straight L's, and they're not getting a tie here either. United, they're going to run circles around United. Let's just be honest with this play here. Give me Liverpool money line. Do not think twice about it.
Yeah, I see this as a bounce back game for Liverpool to get the result at home against their arch nemesis, Manchester United. Man United, like, they do well against the lower table teams, but against the big clubs, they seem to struggle a lot. I know they don't have any other competition to really worry about other than the league, but this is a big bounce back game for Liverpool to get back in that title race. So, and at 1.65 odds at home, I'm going to take that all day.
Easy money. We'll move on. Tottenham versus Aston Villa. I love these games. I think this is a shootout. That's where I see this game going. Villa has recently been in form. They're picking up. They're finally putting some goals in the back of the net. They needed that really badly. And Tottenham is doing what Tottenham always does. Starts super strong, has some really weird games, some ties that they shouldn't have. Then they beat a team they should never beat, and then they lose to a team they should never lose to. This is just classic Tottenham behavior. Not much to say here other than, yes, Tottenham is at home, but I think both teams to score here is free money. BTTS, yes, free money here. Tottenham versus Villa. That's my bet.
Yeah, so I think Villa's actually at home, but regardless, I do not touch any Spurs games. I avoid Spurs games at all costs because if I bet them to win, they lose. If I bet them to lose, they win. So I don't touch Spurs games. I'm null and void for this game. Sorry, guys.
Wait a minute. I got to check if they're home. Now I got to check. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure they're home. Pretty sure Villa is home.
Let me see. No, Tottenham's at home.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, Tottenham's at home.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. Either way, I'm not touching it.
Okay.
He's taking both teams to score, which I think is a fair bet. It's good because both teams can score and have shitty defenses, but I'm not touching it. Sorry,
yeah, BTTS for me there. All right, moving on. We're moving to the Bundesliga, a league that I really try to stay away from because I just think too many crazy things happen. If you're not betting on Bayern or Dortmund, depending on the season, it's so unpredictable for me. Like, I really try not to bet this. However, the 2 teams I just mentioned, Bayern and Dortmund, are playing each other on Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. I've been loving Bayern this season. They have been the most clutch team to bet on. Like, when you get good odds with them, I think you take it. They're so strong. Harry Kane, I think, is an early shout for the Ballon d'Or.
Wow.
With his form. Yeah, I'm loving everything they're doing. They're playing great football, attacking football. They're a little leaky in the back, or they can be. But then again, they go and beat Frankfurt, don't get a goal scored on them. So it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a fun game. This is one that you just want to watch. Even as a fan, you're going to put this one on and just hope to see goals left, right, and center, which is very, very likely. There's 2 bets I like here. Number 1, I like Bayern to win. Straight up, money line. Like I said, I think I'm riding the Bayern wave until there's no wave left. And the second bet I like here is both teams to score. Yes, like I said, Bayern has tightened up the defense a little bit, but Dortmund has a lot of firepower. They're young, they're fast, and they can definitely squeak 1 or 2 by Bayern. So my first play is Bayern money line. They're at home. And then the second play is both teams to score. Those are the 2 plays I like for this game.
Yeah, so off the bat, the over totals line is 3.5, which is already telling you it's going to be a high-scoring game. Well, the books think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I personally agree with that. So I think the best bet for me is both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.7. Dortmund are firing this year. Guirassy up top with Adeyemi and Brandt behind him. They're doing numbers. And yeah, I think both teams to score and over 2.5 at 1.7 is the best bet for me. I like Bayern money line too, but at 1.33 odds, it's a little expensive considering how good Dortmund's been. So
True.
Both teams to score over 2.5. That's done for me. Great game. Watch it. 12:30 is a great time for you guys. Don't sleep on it.
All right, moving on. Second game in the Bundesliga we have is Leipzig versus Hamburger. Shout Shout out Hamburger here. That's crazy, no?
Hamburger SV.
That's a crazy one.
Newly promoted team.
Yeah, look, again, don't love betting on Bundesliga, but when there's a play, there's a play. All right. Leipzig is obviously stronger team. Hamburger is a Hamburger. That's crazy. Yeah?
That's crazy, bro.
I know.
Just say Hamburg.
I know. Who wrote this?
Why?
No, I'm just kidding.
Does it matter?
Doesn't matter. Anyways,
guys, look.
Leipzig versus Hamburger. Okay. Dude, two teams that I honestly don't know much about, but what I do know about the Bundesliga, high scoring. I think this is a high scoring game. Leipzig knows how to score. Yeah, they lost some of their players, but up against a newly promoted side, these are the kind of games where teams like this, if they want to qualify for Champions League in the following season, they got to get their points at home. They look to get their points. Won't touch the win for Leipzig, but what I will touch is over 2.5 goals in this game.
Wow. So I personally like Red Bull Leipzig money line because they've been in crazy form at home. Hamburger, newly promoted, and haven't been doing so well. Yeah, they're like in the top 10, but it's the Bundesliga. Give me Red Bull money line easy at 1.47 odds. If you can get it at 1.5 or higher, take it immediately, okay?
Let's move on to my favorite league, the Serie A. First game, bro, heater of a game. Roma versus Inter. Roma at home. This one's going to be, I think, going to be a great game. Who wins? Hard to say. Inter has been in form more recently, as has Roma, to be honest. And they're top of the league right now, which people were predicting because of Gasperini and you know the new coaching system and whatnot. The players I don't think are there, but Gasperini is a coach that gets mid players to play like they're world class, or maybe world class is a shout, but play well. Although I think at the end of the day, Inter does have a stronger team on paper. They haven't found top form yet, but they're on their way. This game, I don't want to touch a win.
Yeah.
But I will touch both teams to score here. I think it's like about 1.7, 1.8 odds, depending on your book. Love both teams to score here, especially when you have a strong team away. The home team is first place. They know they want to go get a result, especially because they have no other tournaments to play and they want to get a result. Well, they're in Europa, but they want to get a result here against Inter. They're going to be looking to score, but Inter is strong enough to get a goal as well. Give me both teams to score in this game.
So in this game, I see a draw happening. So I have to back the home team, double chance at 1.55, solely because I think it's going to be a draw. I don't think either team's going to want to lose this game, especially because they have Champions League coming up and they don't want to drop points in the Scudetto race. So I'm going to take Roma at home at the Stadio Olimpico at 1.55 odds. Another bet I like here too, that I'm not going to take, but that I do like, is under 2.5 at 1.75. That's great value.
Whoa, yeah. Under?
Well, because every Roma game usually goes 1-0 or 1-1 essentially, and under 2.5 is good here. It's good value.
I've never seen you take that before.
I'm not gonna take it personally, but I do like that as a shout in this game. I hate unders because you have to wait the whole game for it to happen. If it's an over, obviously if it happens in the first half, it's done. But under 2.5 here is great value at 1.75. Take that if you want, but double chance is my bet for Roma.
All right, moving on. Another pretty interesting game we got here on Saturday in the Serie A, Torino versus Napoli. Right now, they're giving odds that are too good to turn away on Napoli money line. Yes, Napoli is away. Torino is absolutely horrible. They are a horrible football team right now. Yes, Napoli has some injuries. They haven't been in the best form in the last few games, but I think these are the games that Napoli knows how to win. 1-0, 2-1, barely scraping by. And at 1.7, 1.8 odds, I mean, it's Napoli at the end of the day. You got to take those odds. Like I said, they haven't been amazing, but this is one of those where you don't feel bad. You take it, and God forbid they don't win, they draw or whatnot. You can't feel bad because those are odds that you just have to take, in my opinion. So straight up, give me Napoli money line on this one.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the over 2.5 goals here because Napoli haven't been solid defensively. Yes, they grind out results. They will outscore a team because they conceded to Pisa. They conceded to other lower division teams in this league. So I think over 2.5 at 2.15 odds, that is totally juiced out. Take that all day because Napoli's going to score 2 or 3 themselves, and then Torino's capable of scoring 1 or 2. So over 2.5 is, for me, is the lock of this game. Yes, money line is great odds too. Take that, but I'm scared because Napoli has been very not so great defensively, and they're away, and they have Champions League coming up. So over 2.5 here for me, especially at those odds, 2.15, ride it, take it. It's done.
All right, moving on. We have Como versus Juventus. This is a Sunday game. early morning game.
What time is it at?
And what a game, 6:30.
Holy.
Buddy, turn your alarms, get the alarms going if you're in the East Coast. I actually love this game. I think it's going to be a great game. I have a couple plays that I do like here. I do like both teams to score in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I think Juve coming off of no goals against Milan and looking actually pretty bad, almost having no attack. I think that they will be able to get one. Yes, Como has been on the up and up, but they're still not a world-class squad by any means. They have a couple of really good players, but I think Juve can score on them. But at the same time, Juve will get scored on. They have been pretty leaky in the back. So I do like both teams to score. However, I think the super safe play here is Juve over 0.5 goals. So basically Juve to score one goal. They're giving you like 1.35 odds on that.
Wow.
Which I think if you add that into a really safe game. So like let's say you have like for example, a game you really love, like a Liverpool at 1.65 against Man U, and you want to juice up just to get over a double. You add that into a play like that. You add in Juve over 0.5 goals next to that Liverpool game. You have a 2-leg parlay, so it's very small, safer. This is one of those games. So on a more dreamer play, or a straight play, give me both teams to score in this game. But as a little filler to add on to a straight bet that you really like, just to juice the odds a bit, give me Juve over 0.5 goals.
Yeah, both teams to score here looks like such an easy lock, especially at 1.80 odds, almost double your money. Como has scored at every home game they've played so far this season, but they haven't been great defensively. Same thing with Juve. They have not been great defensively at all. They've conceded like 4 goals in a game multiple times. So give me both teams to score here. But to add on to your play, I actually like the Juve over just to score 1 goal. And if you want to like make a same game parlay there, just add Juve double chance because they are tie merchants.
Yeah.
They tie almost every game right now. Okay?
Tie merchants. And
double chance Juve is 1.4. So if you combine that with them to score 1, probably going to get 1.6, 1.7. So that's a good little same game parlay.
Are you taking Nico Paz shot on target though?
This game probably.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, I know you will. I know you will.
Well, because they're missing like 2 of their other good forwards. They're missing Kuhn and they're missing Rodriguez, a young Spaniard. So Nico Paz is going to be in charge of the attack. He's probably going to get a couple shots early on, probably die off in the second half of the game. But both teams to score here is, for me, at 1.8 is a solid bet.
All right, moving on to the biggest and best club in Italy. Ooh. AC Milan versus Fiorentina. That's my dad's favorite team, actually. I don't even know how you become a Fiorentina. He was a Fiorentina fan when there was Battistuta and all those guys.
Also, he grew up in that time.
He grew up in the era where they were actually sick.
They had Rui
Nonetheless,
Costa.
AC Milan versus Fiorentina. Guys, do not even think twice. Don't think too hard about this. Milan at home, coming off a game against Juventus that they should have won. Pulisic, how'd you miss the penalty? You didn't even hit the net, bro. All good. I still love you. Do not think too hard about it. AC Milan, money line. I don't have to say too much. Stronger team. Fiorentina looks absolutely horrid. Pioli is going to lose his job after they lose this game. Give me AC Milan money line. Do not think about it. They have no other worries other than the Serie A, the league, and they are there. They are there. They just need a couple more wins, and they can really look to win this thing. So give me AC Milan money line. Do not overthink it.
Yeah, AC Milan money line, especially at 1.53 odds at home, playing probably the best football in Italy right now under Allegri, surprisingly. And Fiorentina are winless in the league. Their record stands at 0-3-3. They have 8 goals conceded and have only scored 4, so they have like a -4 goal differential. Give me Milan money line. They're probably not even going to concede this game. They're going to win probably 2-0. Leao is back healthy. Pulisic is balling. Modric is turning back the clock like crazy. He's actually probably the best player in the league. So Milan money line at 1.53 odds. Take it all day. The odds are probably going to drop as we get closer to the game, so lock it in as soon as you can.
Bang. Let's keep it rolling. We're moving now to La Liga. First game, Sevilla versus Mallorca. I'm going to be honest. I have no play here, Cesar. I'm just going to pass this one off to you.
Yeah, so this was an interesting play that I saw because Sevilla have been good at home so far. They didn't start off really hot at home, but after that 4-1 win against Barcelona at home, especially with Sevilla at 1.8 odds, I'm going to take that all day, especially considering Mallorca are the worst team in the league right now. They'd have no good form at all, home or away. So Sevilla money line at home, take that, please.
Okay. Let's keep it rolling. Speaking of Barcelona, we got Barcelona versus Girona. Again, Barca at home, but man, they have no players. Their whole team is injured. Do I think they can still grind out a win at home against Girona? I do. But my play here is both teams to score. Barca gets scored on. No Lewandowski. Apparently, he got injured this morning. Is Yamal back?
Yamal is back, but he'll probably be rested for Champions League. They don't want
Yamal's
to risk
back,
him.
potentially rested for Champions League. Rafinha's still out. Like, dude, they're just dropping like flies.
Ferran Torres is out, so they have no striker.
Give me both teams to score. I think Girona can put one past them. And I would back Barcelona to get at least one goal, but I think Girona scores as well. Give me both teams to score here.
Yeah, so the line here is at 3.5 goals at 1.62 odds. I don't love that. I think that's a little expensive, but considering their last 4 games head to head have had at least 5 goals scored. I think Barca won the last 2 fixtures between them 4-1. Over 3.5 is a good like parlay inclusion, but I'm personally avoiding this game because money line is trash for Barca, and they're missing all their best offensive players. So if you want to take anything, take both teams to score, like you said, or over 3.5. But personally, I think we're both going to be avoiding this game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Villarreal versus Real Betis. Villarreal looking good. A couple Canadians on the team. Shout out those boys.
Shout out the boys.
But Betis also playing pretty good soccer too.
Shout out Anthony.
Anthony, the GOAT. Again, I don't really love any play here. But if I am going to rip a play, I'm going to go both teams to score here.
Yeah, both teams to score here. It's easy. We've seen in the last 5 games in a row, both teams to score have happened in this game. It's 2-1 going either way. So I don't care who wins, but I think both teams are going to score easily, especially at 1.62 odds. Those are very decent considering the history between these two clubs.
Okay, moving on. I believe the last game.
This is the last. No,
we have the last
last.
2 games. Okay, the second last game in La Liga that we have Real Madrid versus Getafe. Just give me Real Madrid money line. I think they're 1.47. Again, I'm not going to think too hard about it. They are at home in this game. Yes, I don't know Mbappe if he actually went out injured or Florentino Perez gave the call to Deschamps and said, buddy, you're not playing him. He needs to
take him off.
He needs to be good for our games coming up. Just give me them. Give me them all day. Give me Real Madrid money line. Don't think too hard about it. It's one of those plays. They're in great form. Their players are in great form. And I think it's one of those situations where they understand Barca is missing players, dropping points like crazy. And when you want to win the league against Barca, you got to get points when your team is down bad, when your opponent is down bad. And Barca is down bad. Real Madrid is not going to squander points here. Give me their money line.
Yeah, Real Madrid money line at like 1.44 odds, I believe, is decent value here, especially against a team that they beat them the last 7 games in a row and they've only conceded once. Even without Mbappe, give me Madrid money line. They're going to get the 3 points here.
All right, and moving on to the last game that we have for La Liga, Atletico Madrid versus Osasuna. Guys, again, one of those things, Atletico Madrid at home, give me the money line. They've been in red hot form. They started the season so slow. But again, one of those situations where they're looking across, they're saying, okay, Madrid's hot. If we want to keep up here, we got to win games. They're looking and saying, Barca down bad. This is when we can gain points on them based off of our really slow start to the season. Osasuna is okay. They are one of those teams who can be tricky. But again, I'm not going to think too hard here. I'm going to go Atletico Madrid money linea on this one.
Yeah, Atletico Madrid money line here is easy for me because they've been in great form. They need the points. They want to get back into a Champions League spot position. I don't think they have a chance to really compete for the title this year, but Simeone is going to want that Champions League and keep a good name for himself. So Atletico Madrid money line, 1.4 odds, take that. They have a good history against Osasuna as well.
All right, we're moving to Ligue 1. I believe we only have one game here. Marseille versus Le Havre.
Le Havre.
Le Havre, okay? Marseille just on fire. Marseille on absolute fire. Mason Greenwood playing impeccable footy right now. I definitely see him getting a move to a bigger club if they're okay with his past. I think that the odds on Moneyline are pretty low. I think they're 1.35, 1.38, which I generally don't like to take on teams that aren't Madrid, Barca, AC Milan, Liverpool, City, the really, really big clubs. So while I will not touch that, I'm going to go both teams to score here.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's going to be my play here. I think it's one of those games where maybe Le Havre gets either an early goal and forces Marseille to attack, or Marseille is up 3-0, 4-0, and they let in a stinker near the end. Give me both teams to score on this play.
Look, ever since Marseille got that undeserved defeat to Real in the Champions League, they went on to win 4 games in a row, and it started off with a 1-0 win against PSG. And they won 4 games in a row. I'm taking Marseille money line here in a parlay that I'm going to mention later on in the pod. But Marseille at home, they're too good. Greenwood's on fire. Just give me Marseille money line. And if you want to juice up the odds a little bit, take them at minus 1.0. Asian line, that means if they win by 2, you win. If they win by 1, it's void. So you're safe there, regardless if they only win by 1.
All right, now we're moving to a whole other continent. We're going to the Brazilian Serie A. Okay, we got 2 games to go over here. Cruzeiro versus Fortaleza. I have no play here at all, so I'm passing this straight to C's.
Yeah, so Cruzeiro are 3rd place in the Brazilian league right now. It's coming down to the wire for them, and they just got a lot of their best players back, like Caio Jorge and Bruno, the defender. I'm taking Cruzeiro money line here at home. Caio Jorge is back. He's been like the most prolific striker in the league. Give me them at 1.57 odds. It's a late game on Saturday, but I'm taking that all day.
Okay, and we move on to the second game in the Brazilian Serie A. Flamengo versus Palmeiras. Again, absolutely no play here for me. Passing it to C's.
This is an amazing game to watch in the Brazilian league. If you're Brazilian, you know this is like the biggest match there is. Flamengo against Palmeiras. First versus second. Historically, a low-scoring affair. It's very feisty. A lot of cards are going to be shown. But I didn't have a line for cards to really pick yet because I wanted to, but it's too early for that. So I'm going to go with the historic under 2.5 goals at 1.55 odds. Give me that. It's going to be very stop and go. No one's really going to have that much of an attack force. So I think it's probably going to end in a 1-0 for somebody or a 0-0, to be honest. And that's it for that, to be honest.
This guy loves the Brazilian Serie A, eh?
Bro, because it's coming down to the wire and it's
Lee.
interesting. It's an interesting league.
Listen, before we get into our big parlays for the weekend, I want to just take a little trip over to the MLS.
What your favorite?
My favorite. Me and the MLS have such a love-hate relationship. First of all, shout out GTA jerseys for the San Diego. Shout out GTA jerseys for the San Diego FC jersey. We got dryer on the back. Ma, check the dryer. If you're on the live streams, you know what I'm talking about. There is 1 game here, 2 games here actually, that I absolutely love and that I will be taking myself. First and foremost, Toronto FC versus Orlando City. Sound the alarms. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Sound the alarms. Toronto FC versus Orlando City. Give me Orlando City money line at 1.85 odds.
Wow.
I am laying down a $5,000 hammer on this play. TFC has been my absolute kryptonite. They have been the Thai merchants, and they are my team. I love TFC. But a bet is a bet. No emotion here. Give me Orlando City looking to move up in the ranks before the MLS playoffs. Money line, they are away, but I do not care. I am laying $5,000 down on this play. Give me Orlando City. Money line, baby, let's go.
Yeah, TFC really has been your kryptonite, our kryptonite as well. But they just lost to LAFC, so that tie streak is done. The floodgates are open. Their season has been done. Orlando's still in the playoff race, trying to settle in a spot. So at 1.85 odds?
Yep.
That's amazing value. I might take that too, to be honest.
Okay, guys, it is time. It is time for everyone's favorite moment, okay? Cesar and I have cooked up some parlays that are going to take us to the stratosphere, right into the stratosphere, okay? First and foremost, I have a 13-leg parlay that is 609x your money, okay? 609x your money to the moon. Here we go. Give me Lecce versus Sassuolo over 1.5 goals. Give me Manchester City versus Everton. Give me City money line. Give me Newcastle versus Brighton. Give me Newcastle money line. Coventry versus Blackburn Rovers. Give me Coventry money line. AS Roma versus Inter Milan. Give me both teams to score. Leicester versus Portsmouth. Leicester versus Portsmouth. Leicester money line. Cincinnati versus Montreal. Give me Cincinnati money line. Orlando City versus Toronto FC. Give me Orlando City money line. Como versus Juventus. Give me Juventus over 0.5 goals. Cagliari versus Bologna. Give me over 1.5 total goals in that game. Liverpool versus Manchester United. Give me Liverpool money line. Atalanta versus Lazio. Both teams to score. Yes. And the final game, the last leg, AC Milan versus Fiorentina. Give me AC Milan money line. Guys, this is 609x, okay? 609x. I'm putting $119.78 at the change in there to return $73,000, 73,008 and 32 cents, $73,000. Okay, we went 7 for 10 on last week's play. I'm shooting for 13 here. Okay, if we win this, you ain't never seeing me again. Remember that.
That'll be quite the historical parlay. Sisto, get ready to work that up, eh? Holy.
All right, let's go.
All right, guys. I got a super safe 5-leg, 5X parlay for you guys, okay? It's super safe. Don't worry about it, all right? Here we go. The first leg is Red Bull Leipzig money line at 1.45 odds. They're going to get it done. Don't even worry about it. AC Milan money line at 1.52 odds. You already know they're going to win. Olympique de Marseille to win at 1.33 odds. You already heard it in the pod. They're going to crush. Then over 1.5 goals in the Como Juve game. It's going to be both teams to score at least, so you know you're going to get 2 goals minimum. And then last but not least, the last leg, Atletico Madrid money line at home against Osasuna. 5 legs, 5X, $200 to return, just over 1,000. Cash it. See you at the money counter. Ciao. See you later, boys.
All right. And then to add on to these guys, I have a Saturday parlay and a Sunday parlay. Just 2 legs, very, very safe. I'm going to rip them for you right now. Okay, guys? First and foremost, my super safe Saturday 2-legger for this weekend that I am putting $2,500 on is this right here. Give me Newcastle versus Brighton. Double chance Newcastle. I think they win, but we're going safe here. And the second play, Roma versus Inter Milan. Give me over 1.5 odds. Both together is 2.10x. Okay, I'm putting $2,500 to return roughly $2,500 on that play. And then we're moving on to my Saturday super safe parlay that is 2.46x. Here we go. Liverpool to win. Liverpool money line against Manchester United. Liverpool at home. Man U is trash. Okay. And the second leg, give me AC Milan money line against Fiorentina. I am putting $2,500 down on this play. Super safe. Take this home. I'll see you guys at the money counter on Saturday and Sunday. Let's go.
See ya, boys.
All right. Close it up. We got to close it up, all right?
Close it up.
With that being said, this wraps up today's episode, this week's episode of The Last Leg. Of course, love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit the comments below. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you want us to talk more about. Of course, join the Telegram. We're putting all these plays there super early. So if you miss them on the pod, they're there later. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, please. And follow us on socials, TikTok and Instagram at MBH Bets. Bro.
And Spotify. Don't forget Spotify. Give us that 5-star rating for all you audio listeners. I know you guys are working there. Listen to the podcast because you're going to get crazy value, all right? As you always do. This is the #1 soccer betting podcast in the world.
One last thing to say. You guys saw or heard about our ad earlier on. We're teaming up with Mint Inc. here. Guys, the best 3 comments on this week's episode on YouTube, we're going to rip a pack for you live on episode next week. And whatever is in those packs, we're shipping them to your doorstep, okay? 3 winners, 3 comments, 3 packs. Make sure you comment below on YouTube. You might win a pack. You never know.
You might hit a 101.
You never know. We'll see you guys next week. This is The Last Leg, baby. Let's go.